with people who are overworked, overwhelmed, only making minimum wage, and maybe made poor choices before that they're paying off debts, they've got, family situations, challenges. Do you think it's possible for any of them at some point to become a millionaire?
I think anything is possible.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people have the mindset to become a millionaire. But I think anything is possible.
Right.
I think all things are actually possible.
What's the mindset people need to develop in order to become a millionaire?
I mean, they have to get over the past. I think a lot of people have made some decisions in the past. Some people are still hurt by, history. Some people are stuck in what they've only been exposed to. And so I think there's two things to shift the mindset. One, shift your exposure. You got to step outside of your comfort zone and say, you know what? Hey, I'm tired of making $16. Let me go over here and try this. Let me just go over here and just ask this one question. I think going back to one of your questions earlier and with this question as well, some people are so comfortable that they don't understand that they are preventing themselves from becoming a millionaire. They're preventing themselves from starting that business because nothing extraordinary happens within our comfort zone. You have to step outside of your comfort zone and step into your uncomfort zone. So now you can start exposing yourself to something that may stretch you. This may challenge you in some areas. You may fail a couple of times when you step outside of your comfort zone. But you know what? Every time you fail, you'll learn what you need to do differently. And so I think everyone can be a millionaire, but it goes back to one, do they have the mindset and are they willing to be uncomfortable for a season?
And maybe lots of seasons.
Absolutely.
Might be consistently.
Because you've been in this by yourself for a long time. Yeah, you hit a good high and then boom, something can happen, and I know that for a fact from myself. I'm like, man, I was just doing good 2 months ago. Where did this come from?
Right.
But you can't run. You gotta stay right there. You gotta learn in that season, because what I love about a storm, every time a storm comes, the rainbow is next. The grass is green. I just got a lot of water, so something's going to flourish from this season.
Right. Maybe it flooded for a minute, but now
exactly. So it's like if I'm going to take this heat, something positive has to come from it. And so I think a lot of people should be millionaires. A lot of people should be business owners, but they're comfortable with their 9-to-5 job.
What's it take? How long does it typically take for someone when they start working to become a millionaire? How many years is kind of like the average millionaire? And maybe you don't have the information.
Yeah, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Is it a decade? Is it 2 decades? Is it 3 decades? Is it kind of how long does it take typically?
Typically.
Yeah, not the extreme cases where it's like, okay, I launched a business and then sold it for $1 billion 5 years later, but the average millionaire, how long do you think it takes?
And we're saying the average millionaire who may be a school teacher and just paid off their debt and started investing, or are we talking about someone who started the business and they're just making good money?
Both.
Because I think the average millionaire in America, once they really start the process, can really hit that within a matter of 10 to 12 years. Eliminating their debt.
Once they eliminate debt and invest.
Yeah. So after they eliminate the debt and really start really growing. For an example, if you invest into a good growth stock mutual fund, $100 or $200 a month, you can do that within 30 years just from investing into that at that rate. But again, if you're investing properly, 15% of your income, if you are living way below your means, if you're not racking up things, you can cut that stuff in half and be there a lot quicker. I really think it all depends on that individual and how bad do they want it.
Right.
And if you want it that bad,
on the vision.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're focused on, hey, this is my vision, this is where I'm going, and you're only allowing people in your circle who are aligned and who will hold you accountable to that, man, you could be a millionaire within the next 2-3 years, depending on what you want to do.
Right.
But if you are saying, hey, you know what, I want to be a millionaire, if you're not determined, it could take you 30, 40, 50 years.
And I think you got to understand why you want that. Why is it meaningful for you to have that and sacrifice out on going out to dinners and sacrifice on the trips and never enjoying life, with some fun or with some spending here and there. Like you got to ask yourself, is this worth it?
Yeah.
Investing 10 years, cutting out pretty much all these things that I would pay for and just doing free activities, which you can still have a great life with.
Yeah.
But are your social circles got to be in a similar mindset as you? You're not going to be able to go to the movies and this and that all the time and buying all the new clothes. So you just got to be prepared for that and be aware of that.
if you don't have a why, you won't be a millionaire.
Right.
If you don't know why you're really doing it, if you don't know why you're saying no, if you don't know why you're saying yes, you won't build true wealth. You can be rich.
Yeah.
You can be rich today and broke tomorrow. But if you don't really understand why you're going after it, if your why doesn't make you cry, you will not be wealthy. And wealth to me is long lasting. Riches, I have a lot today. And I want wealth to where my kids will know my name, even though they didn't meet me. And for me, that's very, very important.
What needs to happen for that to happen?
I need to pass down not just money, I need to pass down wisdom and knowledge. I was watching this movie with Steve Harvey. It wasn't a movie, it was an interview. And, or was it Steve Harvey? I don't know who it was, but it was somebody. I thought it was Steve Harvey. In the back of my head, I was like, it's not Steve Harvey. But somebody was saying, hey, do you know your great-great-grandfather's name? And he was like, no. And she said, do you know why? And he said, no. And she said, because he didn't leave you anything. And I remember hearing that when I was laying down in the bed, and I stood up, Louis, and I was like, I don't know my great-great-grandfather's name.
No.
I never met.
I don't know my great-grandfather's name.
That's what I'm saying. I never met my great-grandfathers. And I'm like, wow, but if they would have left me something.
I'd be like, dang, thank you. Grateful.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now on my drawing board in my office, it's me. I have stick figures of me and my kids and my family, and then their kids, and then their kids, and their kids. And right next to it, I says, they will know my name.
Dang, that's pretty powerful. You give me chills.
Because it's like, I'm going to leave them not just with money. I'm going to equip my kids with money, but also with the wealth and the knowledge to sustain it and to take it further. And then I'm going to educate them to, hey, listen, you're going to leave your kids with money, but also with the wealth and knowledge to grow that. And then you're going to leave your kids, and then boom, the wealth and the knowledge. I think oftentimes we focus so much on, let's just leave our kids with a lot of money.
And then not teach them.
And not teach them nothing. What's the point of giving them money if they don't have the wisdom and the knowledge? What's the point of giving that if you haven't stewarded the time with your kids to educate them on, hey son, hey daughter, here's how mom and dad built it. Here's how we sustained it. Here's how you're going to build it. Here's how you can sustain it. And that's so, so, so important to me because that's my why. That's why I get up every single day. It's not because of the nice car that I have. It's not because I have the opportunity to come on a Lewis Howes show and just like, yeah, talk to everyone. No, I'm doing everything I'm doing today for my great-great-grandkids who I probably will never meet. But they will be able to say, you know what? Man, my great-great-grandfather Anthony impacted a lot of people. Hey, mom, dad, did your mom and dad talk to you about Anthony?
Right.
Like, wow, can we go back and look at that video that he did with Lewis 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago? Wow. That gets me out of my bed. That gets me going to the gym. That makes me steward my single season correctly because I haven't been a good steward of my single season. I haven't maximized my single season all the time. That's why I'm focused now on maximizing my single season so that way I can make the right decisions that impacts generations to come. And I think that's, to me, what wealth is. Right. Wealth is how deep can I go with my wealth, money-wise, with my knowledge and wisdom.
Talking about the stick figures with the partner and the kids and the kids' kids. How important is choosing the right partner in making money, keeping money, investing money, building money?
That's the second most important decision of my life.
Is choosing the right person. Partner. The first one is
that's just my spiritual walk. Just being a Christian. I think that was the first part. The first and most important part.
The second most is choosing the right partner.
Yep, and choosing the right wife. You want me to be real? I'm trying not to get emotional. I had the right wife.
You did.
I let her go.
Why?
Because I was young. I was dumb.
Ooh.
I was immature.
Dang.
I was selfish. And I thought I wanted something else, but I let her go. And so now it's like, okay, let's fix it, because, you know, hey, you don't want to pass up on that again. I believe that the quality of my future is depending upon the quality of my wife. And I had that there, but because of the immaturity, because of the looking at what everyone else had around me, I let someone go who could have been my wife. And I learned from that.
Yeah.
You know, it was a hard season for me, because I had one of the things I've learned that wealthy people do very well is they confess when they're wrong, and they tell themselves, "Oh, you messed up. How do we make sure we do not make this decision again?"
Right.
That's when I say, you know what, let me submit myself to a married couple to get wisdom. You know what, let me just talk more to my therapist about this area, so I can make sure that the next time I have the opportunity to meet an amazing woman, that I do not pass up on that again. And so my partner is the second most decision, because this is the woman that will be raising my daughter. This is the woman that will be raising my son. This is the woman that together we're going to build an empire. I need a partner that we are aligned, in sync, and we have each other's back. God started showing me different people in my life who helped me really reveal my true purpose.
Interesting. So you realized from being broke and homeless that you wanted to teach wealth generation, but you didn't know how to make money at that point.
No, I didn't.
So you had to go on the journey of discovering, what does that look like? What does that mean? How do I get out of debt? How do I earn